Hey world, what's going on? It's Michael Gascon, the Horse Guru, and we are back for another Horse Talk Live, doing a little Q&A today. We have had a pretty freaking cool week. We've been working a little bit of everything in this Mississippi heat. We have everything from a pony to not a Percheron, but a couple draft horses, a couple gypsies, a Frisian, Arabians, Mustangs. What else do we have in training? Passos. Have just about a little bit of everything in for training, and been working hard at it. Graveyard shift mostly, trying to stay away from the heat, keep the horses happy. Been tracking some steers, doing some roping, just working hard, staying at it. You know how it goes around here. We're so excited. We've been doing a lot of videos, and we've been doing a lot of putting new content into the library. We're redoing the whole Respect series that we haven't done in over 4 years. And it's crazy how the cycle goes. Every 6 months or so, I kind of look back and say, man, 6 months ago, I was kind of a bum. 6 months ago, I was a chump. And then we go, but I think I kind of know what I'm doing now. And then in 6 months, I think the same thing. And then in 6 months, I think the same thing. So it's amazing going back and working on the Respect series, which we filmed 4 years ago, how much has changed. Still the same ideology, still the same thinking, but it's crazy how much it has changed in that time, and just how much easier we've made it and how much more efficient we've been able to get it going.
So August 15th. Give me 1 second.
All right, guys. So if you don't know what I'm talking about with this Horse Talk Live, check it out in the bio and the link below, because we are going to be giving away the membership for free. Free $99.
Man, I tried to get that in the same post. It is not working for me. Okay, so this is the deadline. If you guys have not gotten in on the free membership.
So we're going to be giving away the membership. Over 700 videos for free. Oh, we've been working on the virtual clinics as well.
Oh, hold on. I have
so that's super exciting.
Tell them about that real quick.
Okay, virtual clinics. We've been working all these different breeds, creeds, and colors of training horses, all different sizes and all those things. What we've been doing for folks who can't make it to a clinic, especially with fuel costs these days, is we've been filming an actual training session of what we're doing that day. No changes, no adapting, no nothing. Hey, pick up a camera. We're about to just film what we're doing today, and we're going to make this a virtual clinic, whether it's on a draft horse or whether it's on an Arabian or a Paso or whatever we're working on, obstacles or spooky or pushy or whatever it is. And we have been making those for you guys, and we are going to be putting that in the link below.
And it's on our YouTube channel.
We are really, really pushing our YouTube channel. Again, we did a lot of talking back and forth and came up with that. We really want to get back to the horse industry and give away a lot of this information. So we're really beefing up our YouTube channel. So make sure you like and subscribe the YouTube channel so we can give us the fuel to keep working on that. And
what happens in the videos?
Oh, in the videos, there is a giveaway in the videos. So every single time we do a virtual clinic, which is once a week on Fridays,
7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
7 p.m. Central Standard Time. What we do is there's a special word, a special phrase, if you will, at the end of these videos. And with that, you get a free retreat. But you got to be the first person to hear it and then email it to our email at gasconhorsemanship@gmail.com. And I made it very inconspicuous word, so you get to try to guess what the code is.
Do not try to guess. You will not guess it. Do not email me with all of your guesses. That's one thing I guess I should have been a little bit more clear about last week. Oops.
All right. The other thing is, again, our membership, we are giving it away. We are completely revamping it, redoing it, and giving it away from now till August 15th. So if you aren't a member, here's your chance. Here's your opportunity. You have no excuse. The keys to success are right there. You just got to follow them.
I posted it twice because I'm dumb. There you go. So that link's going to be in the comments. All right, Barbara, you were successful because I can see your name now on StreamYard. I'm going to say hello to all these people, and I will get your first question for you.
Hello. Hi, Miss Ann. What's going on, Robert? Miss Kimberly, Michael, Michelle, Mr. Derek. Let's take a poll. Oh, Derek's trying to make a marital dispute. Who's the better trainer, Kelsey or Michael? Well, Kelsey, of course. I mean, she gets me to take out the trash and cut the. That is persistence if you've ever heard it. Miss Ann. Hello, all the way back from. All right.
Everybody's on there.
Everybody's on there.
Hello, guys.
Are you ready for a question?
All right, let's do this one.
Question number 1. My horse has completed the respect series, but I'm still having trouble when riding. When asked to do more than a walk, or when he wants to be done, he slams on the brakes and threatens to rear. How do I stop this without getting hurt? Teela. All right, Miss Teela. If he is slamming on the brakes and threatening to rear, we need to get his face and butt softer. So the second you get his face soft, we need to start moving his butt. For that horse to shut down, he has to plant his back feet. For that horse to rear, he has to plant his back feet. If you get his face so soft, you can pull his face over his butt and cross and move his back feet. Well, then that won't happen to you. And when he's more worried about getting his face pulled over his butt and getting that butt moved around, well, then he is not going to be rearing on you, and he's not going to be shutting down the brakes.
What grade levels do you think that she can work through that resistance in?
So it's always good to go back to first grade and get their butt softened up in a circle. But then we want to get that done under saddle as well.
Number 2. I just put it on there on the bottom. Scroll down. There you go.
Question number 2. Trying to figure out how to get my walker and Mustang to go out by themselves. I did some offline and figured out my walker is more worried about everything else besides me. So it is me that is the problem. How do I fix that, Jamie? All right, Jamie. So naturally, horses are prey animals, so they are worried about everything. Where this changes is when they have a real leader that they respect, and also they have to be aware of. So if there was a full fire and the only way out of the fire was to come through the alpha mare, the leader, hey, they would jump through the fire. That just goes to show you how much they respect their leadership. Well, it's the same way. Whenever we are trying to ride horses that have never been ridden out and about, we have to get their respect and their undivided attention. So what you want to do is do more stuff that has to do with them backing and moving their feet away from you and getting them softer and easier in the face. You do that where that horse is more worried about you than the outside world, and then you're not going to have that same reaction to the outside world. That horse is going to listen to you whenever it gets uncomfortable. So more respect, more undivided attention. Question number 3. My Standardbred Pacer cross has a very comfortable ambling pace that we both move well in and are comfortable moving over the terrain in. He does this in a loose rein or in contact. I have recently heard from a well-known gaited horse trainer that this is an undesirable gait and I shouldn't be allowing him to do it. I don't see a problem, but would love your thoughts, Miss Nicole. All right, Nicole, this is the question. Are you having fun? If you're having fun, don't change a thing. Usually the reason that pace is an undesirable gait in gaited horses is because most horses who pace are extremely rough and extremely uncomfortable. So if your horse can pace and it is comfortable to you, and both of you seem to be getting from point A to point B relaxed and easy doing it, no harm, no foul. And the other reason that it's undesirable is in any gaited show that you would go to, that they're not judged to do that. But if your job is to get from point A to point B, and both you and your horse are doing that, and you're having fun doing it, don't change a thing. Keep up the good work. Question number 4. I have a horse, when you take it out to competitions or adult riders, gets more anxious and fidgety as the day goes on. He'll start backing up or whatnot and shoot forward, or he'll get really speedy when it's our turn to ride. He'll also cow kick when asked to canter. Any ideas on how to get him relaxed on days like this, Miss Claire? Sure, absolutely. So, everything about those days, we really want to be able to take him in those situations and work on that resistance in those situations. So, I love to get the horses that are fussy, let's say, around a bunch of horses and play in a soccer game where they're really pushing and driving and doing all this work in a soccer game. Sounds like for that horse, uh, a good rag'em tag'em soccer game would be great with 6 or 8 horses. It really gets that fidgetiness out. It really gets that bother. A horse show or a competition or anything else seems easy after they've played a couple soccer games. Uh, Really, it's just trying to work through the resistance. Most horses that we're going to be riding are going to be trained horses. With that being said, whenever they're under distress or they're a little nervous, the trainer likes to leave. So the way that we help that is we train them under distress. So we try to do everything we can to mimic those type of environments so that they are accustomed to being uncomfortable so they can listen the same way. But let's say, hey, you get to the competition and the horse is acting up. Go right back to kindergarten and first grade. Back that horse up and get him really soft. I mean, ridiculously soft in first grade, where he's just puppy dogging around, looking to put his face wherever you want it. And then under saddle, I want you backing and doing spirals and doing the same thing until you have that horse's absolute undivided attention. If you can get that horse just so soft and easy in the middle of the showgrounds and the warm up pen before you even start, all that attention is going to come to you, and so much of that stuff is going to go away. On the trail, Copper loses his mind if there is space between him and the horse in front of him. He may have a horse next to him, but he's fixated on the horses in front. Rocky, steep, narrow trails, so I can't do circles or spirals. Help. All right. So really, whenever we get to the place where we're on those kind of trails where there's nowhere to work and nowhere to do, we got to get the horse left and right. When we're talking about spirals and circles, that's left and right. So that really controls the horse from left and right, keeps the horse from going where you don't want them to go. Bucking, running, rearing, circles, left and right, that's what fixes it. Left and right controls where you go. Up and down controls how you go. So to get that horse better about that, now we need to get him so soft left and right that we're past that and beyond that. And then we need to start working on his head down, that he can put his head down, that he starts speeding up, and we can put 2 heels on his belly and pick up his ribs, drop his head, and get him to calm down. Every time his poll drops below his withers, it releases an endorphin that kills adrenaline. So if we can just have a button that we just pick up 2 heels, ask him to put his head down, and he can do that with no problem, then you're really going to get that. But you're not going to be able to teach him that on the trail. You're going to have to teach him that at home and then bring it to the trail. But yes, that's the next step is you've got him soft left and right. Now you need to get him soft up and down where you could put his head down just with the touch of a button. Question number 6. When using a breeching for gaiting, can it be used on trails? Miss Barb. Absolutely. All the time. Imagine when a breeching was first realized to be used for pasos, it comes from Colombia. And in Colombia, the mules, the pack mules, had a breast collar and a breeching to keep the packs on them. And they started noticing that the mules were more collected than the horses. So they started putting those same breeching on the horses and get that same collection out of them. So you can absolutely use a breeching. If anything, it'll help keep your saddle in place. Question number 7. My racking horse won't stand for mounting, but fast movements make her nervous. Wonder what I can do. Miss Traci. Be louder. Be more ridiculous. I know it seems like an oxymoron that I'm saying this, but contrary to popular belief and opinion, the more sensitive a horse is, the louder and more ridiculous we need to be around them, and they will get quiet. What happens is when horses are sensitive, when you have racking horses, Tennessee Walkers, Pasos, Arabians, Saddlebreds, and they're sensitive and they don't like quick movements, they don't like anything like that, and we start getting quieter. If you are careful around your horse, you're creating a horse that you'll always have to be careful around. So for those horses, we want to be louder. We want to dance the jig. We want to really just have them worried about us. we have a turtle just walking right in the barn like he runs the place.
I'm gonna go grab him. Will you tell me about the come get me trick?
All right. So one of the things that you can do, number one, go through the respect series and really focus, not just going through the respect series, but doing it with energy. If you watch me on the membership that we're giving away for free, if you watch me, the more energetic a horse is, the more energetically I go through the respect series, because that really calms them down and gets them quiet. Now we have a buddy for you guys. This guy just walked into the barn.
Tony the turtle.
Tony the turtle.
I hope he's on you.
Hey, Tony.
Hi. You're cute. Can you say hi to all of the viewers?
Yeah, he just he just walked in.
He was going to the cookie bucket.
He just walked in the front doors of the barn like, I'm here for training. All right, sorry. Back to focusing. If you notice in the respect series, if you see me work 100 horses, the amount of energy I give them is directly correlated to how much energy they're giving me. Even the real lazy horses, I'm not giving them a lot of energy. I will put enough pressure to move them, but I'm not giving them a lot of energy. But the horses that are sensitive and spooky and stuff like that, they're getting the most energy because that's going to make them relax and be okay with it. So do that. Also, do the come get me trick again in the membership. If you're
we also have it on our website too. If there's some reason they haven't gotten on the membership yet, it's on our website.
No, don't tell them it's on the website. It's on the membership. The membership's for free. There's no excuse. For free.
All right, Chris, show on that one.
Question number 8. I'm wanting to work on lead changes, but need to work on my departures first. What videos should I watch after the respect series, Miss Tammy? I believe we have videos on departures, and you are absolutely right. Before you can worry about lead changes, you want your departures to be flawless, to be easy, to be just no problem whatsoever. Because the only difference between a canter departure and a flying lead change is the fact that you're already cantering. So you want to get your canter departures just really nice, really easy. Again, you can check those videos out.
We've got a 3 tracking video. We've got a couple departure videos, couple intro to lead change videos.
Got you.
A lot of body control.
We've got a good bit of body control videos. 3 tracking where you're moving the hips around, half passing.
Performance series and the membership.
And that's going to be in the performance series. 3 tracking, half passing, and lead departures. You get those 3 videos down pat with your horse, you're going to be right there and ready to have a flying lead change. Number 9, my horse seems to lack confidence. How can I build that? Miss Teela. Be the confident leader. Horses are built followers. They're built to follow. You'll have 100 horses and you'll have one mare or one stud that's leading the whole pack. When horses seem unconfident, it's because they don't believe enough in our leadership. As you show them and prove to them again and again that you are a good leader that's not going to let them get hurt, that's where that trust comes from, and that's where that confidence builds. So the more you can show them, hey, remember that scary thing that happened and nothing happened to you? Remember I saved you? That's what desensitizing is, and that's what doing obstacles is putting them in a mental dilemma and them coming out of it 100% unscathed. Nothing happens to them. And they realize, oh, you didn't let anything happen to me. And you do that again and again and again. And next thing you know, in a very short amount of time, that horse starts what seems to build confidence. Well, they're building confidence, not necessarily in themselves. They're building confidence in your leadership. And they'll start trusting you when you ask them to do things that, a few days before that, they would not previously do.
I was looking back through. Some of these are cracking me up. All right. So this one was good. Miss Sandy.
Just wanted to thank the Gascons for a great opportunity Robert was able to take advantage of the academy. He has a 3-year-old from our farm with him now. Almost 0 drama and lots of progress already. Thank you, Miss Sandy.
Tell them about Robert. Give Robert a shout out.
Oh, Robert's the man. Robert is. Oh, we miss Robert here now as it is, and he's back. Where are they at in Georgia?
Robert is one of our academy student graduates. Talk about Robert.
And he graduated.
Went through the 6-month program.
Right.
When did he leave? This spring? Has it been this year? Was it last year?
No.
I don't know. I don't even know what day of the week it is. So it's Wednesday because it's Horse Talk Live. outside of that, I have no idea what's going on.
But he's been back rocking it.
Right? And he's training horses. So when people go through our academy, tell them a little bit how that process looks, what they do while they're here, and then where they go after.
All right. So basically, when people come through the academy, is they
Did you just get bit by a horsefly in the office?
When people come through the academy, they show up and we take them through the respect series, show them the basics, and they start seeing the process of taking these horses in 30 days from problems to more finished horses, more advanced horses. And then they start getting horses put on their list. So Robert went through that same process, and he started really understanding how to go through the respect series, get that horse respect, undivided attention, and most importantly, you start understanding the basics. That if you don't have a steering wheel, don't drive. If you don't have control of that horse's head, don't drive. If you don't have control of the brakes, don't drive. And that really sets you ahead and sets you forward. And then from there, you have the foundation fundamental to really do whatever you want to do or ride whatever kind of horses you want to ride. Look, Miss Crystal's on here. She says she's enjoying life as well since completing the academy. What? Shout out to Miss Crystal.
And she just left. She just went out to take a job somewhere out west. Is it Arizona? Correct me on here, Crystal. I can't remember. My brain has slept since then. All right, Crystal's one of our academy students. We have an option to go through an 8-week program or a 6-month program, kind of based on whatever you want to do. Let's see. Charlene said, just want to thank you for the full advice. Fantastic. Benson, Arizona is where Crystal went. All right, let's hop on here and do another question.
How can I get my performance passo to relax and calmly flat walk? All right, so this is a question I get a lot, especially with the show horses, Tennessee Walkers, Saddlebreds, Passos. Left and right controls the horse from really taking you, from running away with you, bucking with you, doing this, doing that. Understand. Now, up and down is what controls how they go. Left and right controls where they go. Up and down controls how they go. So getting your performance horse to not walk like this and relax their head and put their head down and be on that loose rein, that's what's really going to help that horse walk calmly. As long as you're holding that horse up, like most performance horses do. When I say most performance, every performance horse I see in the show ring, I see none of them walking on a loose rein. As long as they're being held up, they're tense and tight. When we can show them how to drop their head and put their head below their back and just relax on loose rein, that's where you're going to find that calmness and that ease. A lot of my Western buddies, they say, hey, you just work the horse and get them soft and easy, and when they relax, they'll drop their head. That's cute. Where I come from, if you don't show them how to drop their head, they're not going to relax. You waiting for a passo to relax on their own, you're going to be waiting a long time, especially a performance horse, especially a competitive horse. They're not wired like that. So instead, we reverse engineer the process where we start showing them, hey, I want you to drop your head. Hey, I want you to drop your head. Hey, I want you to drop your head. Now we're dropping their head. Oh, okay. And now they're relaxing. We're showing them how to relax. So, and that can be done on any horse. You get them to put their head below their withers, their pole below their withers, and it releases and it cuts off the adrenaline pump.
All right. Let's get more things on here. Then we'll go to the next question. Sorry, keeps floating to the top. Don't leave me like that.
What you got?
All right. Let's see.
I have a friend whose horse is absolutely perfect on the trail, but there's that word "but" again. But when she goes to get on him from a mounting block, he will move sideways and she falls and gets hurt, and it's completely unpredictable when it will happen. Every time we think we've got him over it, it happens again. That's no bueno. That sounds like a horrible trick that the horse has figured out. Well, so of course, my first go-to is going to be the come get me trick. And the come get me trick is the only way that I've ever seen to mount a horse where there is a physical repercussion attached to them moving. It's, excuse me, come here, pick me up, or, oh, I got a crop and I'll spank you in the hiney. Well, very quickly, once I have the horse doing that for that particular horse, then I'm going to start even desensitizing and hassling that horse from probably not the mounting block, probably something a little bit more stable like a picnic table or a bench or something solid like that before the mounting block. The problem with the mounting block, the mounting block gets a lot of people hurt, especially those little flimsy plastic ones, because it's easy to fall off of them. So that's what I would do. I would go through the come get me trick, and I would start calling that horse over, and then I'll start desensitizing that horse before I got on, where that horse expects to be hassled, so that whenever you're on the trail or whatever you're on, and you just call him over and get on, like he's almost expecting to be desensitized before you get on. And if you can do that, you'll be able to handle it. But again, I don't suggest doing it from the mounting block if he has that trick. I would like to see you doing it from something more stable, so that you can really reprimand him. Whenever we do it, we start like on a gate or a fence, and we straddle that gate or fence, and we call them over, and we put the lead rope on the other side of the gate or fence. That way, if the horse tries to run away, we have the whole lead rope. It's not going to get away. And if it tries to push into us, well, we're on a fence up and above him, so it's no big deal. On the mounting block, if you pressure that horse in that same manner, he pushes into you, you have to release pressure. He steps away from you and tries to run away, well, then you have to release pressure or fall off, because there's no way to hold on to him. So try the come get me trick and try it from something solid, and put a little pressure on him to make him say, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. Does the come get me trick perfectly. Good. Now it's time to put some pressure on him. Let's do the come get me trick, and let's desensitize him. Let's spank on the saddle. Let's throw a can bag on him. Let's throw a tarp over him. I'm strongly considering coming to a retreat, but 2-day drive away, looking at flying out. How easy is it to find you? It's very easy. A lot of people come in, and you can come in from Gulfport or Biloxi, which is like 45 minutes away. I think there's 2 turns, and you come from New Orleans. New Orleans is an hour and 15 minutes away, and we're about 5 miles off the highway, the interstate. So pretty easy.
Pretty easy flat drive.
Yeah, pretty easy flat drive.
And then if you fly in and you want to use one of our horses, you'll fill out on the registration form kind of what your confidence level is, what your riding level is, what your goals are. And then we can kind of get an idea of matching you with the horse before you get here. So we've got an option of, we've got quarter horses, we've got passos. Right now we've got spotted saddle horses. We've got a little bit of everything that you can ride while you're here. Let's see. Back up and see if I missed anything. I think Renee was talking about, she also has a good academy student. Who's with Miss Renee?
Christy. Miss Christy is one of our graduates, and she lives up there by Miss Renee in North Carolina.
There you go. Nice. Let's go back up there and see if I missed anything.
All right. Let's do the question now.
Got through our 10. I think I got everything for the most part. If you guys have anything else, please feel free to throw it in the comments real quick. If not, I'll pick it up for next week. We've got a couple things. All they can see is your face. I can't see you scrolling. They can't see you scrolling through. Yeah, so you're watching the scroll, but your face is just kind of sitting there like nothing's going on. This is why we have women in our life.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
What will we do without the women in our life, honey?
Don't know.
Do you help people with some disabilities? Would love to come to learn. Absolutely. And we've done, my sister especially, she did a whole equine therapy program. And
we've had retreaters come in that have had some things going on as well that we were able to help with while the time that we're here. Usually you're going to come to one of the confidence retreats. We've still got... Our confidence retreat in October is booked full for this year, but we have our November retreat and our December retreat, which are still available. The confidence retreat and the normal retreat are almost the same thing, minus the fact that we attract more people that are all having issues struggling with confidence, want to come to the same one. So next year we'll have more confidence retreats than we have just our regular retreat, and kind of break the levels up a little bit and get people that are struggling with the same thing together, just to kind of feel like you have people that are going through that at the same time. You have supporters at the same time. Here's one here that we don't have.
Okay.
Meg said it's worth the 26-hour drive. Bless her heart.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, she's only been a couple times. It's fine. How many retreats have you been to, Meg?
Have you noticed she always comes whenever it is cold up there?
Yeah.
She's never been here for the summer.
Yeah.
Meg, you got to come check out the South
It's
summer.
beautiful
It's
here.
awesome right now. All right.
All right, you got another one up there. You just watch the screen. I got you
Okay.
on the comments. You're not allowed to scroll the comments. It's like you and Netflix. He's just watching commercials. Pick a movie. Pick a movie.
Loving continuing my horse training with your series. His breeder introduced me to you. I was looking at what kind of horse it was in the picture. And he was the first that she used your methods on. Well, I'm really glad that you like it. We try to make it as easy as possible because that's what I like to use, as easy as possible.
All right, here we go.
For long lining, can I use the tom thumb that I normally use with riding, or should I use a snaffle? Really, anything that you're willing to ride the horse with, you should be able to long line with, especially like a soft tom thumb or something like that. If your tom thumb has a snaffle, well, then of course you can put it on the snaffle ring. But if the tom thumb's all you have and you want to use that for long line, you shouldn't have any issue with that. Cattle Job 2023. I like it. I think it sounds like a good idea.
Cattle drive retreat. Just let him loose and take him across the farm. Should be good fun. Let's see. All right.
How can I teach the come get me trick when he refuses to move towards me, even when being tapped on his butt? One of the things that might make it easier, I'm not sure if you have shown him how to move his butt from the ground with tapping on it, but going and breaking it down step by step a lot of times can make it a lot easier. The next thing is make sure you're up on something that you can pull him towards you.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid object.
Yeah, something solid so you can pull him towards you and be sitting up above his face. Well, if his face is right there and you're over his face, which is a really good indicator of how he's going to handle you being over his back, you being over his face. Well, then when you reach up over and start tapping on his butt until he makes a decision, it's really easy for him to find the answer there versus trying to tap on them. The biggest mistake that I see is people trying to tap on the horse and the horse is 3 or 4 feet away from them. That's too far out to start pressuring them, and the answer doesn't make a lot of sense to them.
Mike says she hates winter. Here we go. Sarah's horse was a halflinger, the one that we were trying to see in the picture.
Right.
Was it jumping?
Yes.
Yeah, motivation. Gotta love it when you get any of them to work and do what you want them to do and not be drafty. All right, let's see. Renee.
Well, thank you so much. It's been our honor.
All right, so I've got, tell them a little bit about, so we're refilming the Respect series. I don't know why I'm telling you.
And we're giving the membership for free.
Stop. Too much.
Free.
Stop it.
No, I can't wrap my head around it, so I'm trying to
just keep saying it.
Yeah, I'm just keep saying it until it makes sense. We're giving it all the way. What we've been building and working on for the better part of a decade. We are giving it away for the free.
Okay, so let's see. We're gonna do a double whammy with this, so I don't get a bunch of emails about 2 different things. So I'm gonna throw my email. Gascon horsemanship. Again, they can see your face while you're scrolling.
All right. I'm sorry, my face kind of stalls out. It's because on this side of the screen, I'm looking at all the comments and trying to get y'all a question. I'm not losing it.
Here we go. Here's
not losing it or stroking out.
This will buy me some time. One more.
Yeah, I just pressed that.
Oh, sorry.
My Paso is a gelding, but a ladies' man. And he herds his ladies instead of letting me catch him. What do I do? Great question. So we have a couple problems with this. One, her lazy trick riding horses, you just go out there and shake a bucket of cookies and they're all big boys. They just show up. They don't care what's going on. They could be in the middle of a feast or a famine or a fight or anything like that, and they would just show up if you have cookies. So you just shake a bucket at them. But with my Pasos don't care. If they're free, they're free. So we can do a couple things. One, you can have a catch pen where every single day, wherever you feed them in the same thing in a confined space. You can do that. Also, another thing you can do is you can put Liberty on your horse once you do have him. The other thing, I know Pasos aren't very cookie or treat motivated, but if every single time that you catch them, so we have horses that don't like to be caught, we would do however we have to catch them pin them in a corner, do whatever. Catch them. Every single time that we catch them, we'll take them out of the pen, we'll tie them up, and feed them. Even if we plan on riding them, even if it's every single time that we catch them, we tie them up, we feed them. This only has to happen 2, 3, 4 times. And that horse is looking to us, oh, when you come catch me, you're going to feed me. They'll even forget about the ride that they got and the session that they got and the work that they got. And it makes them a lot more personable and a lot easier to catch and get away from their friends. Oh, you got that Buddy Sour horse? Okay. If every time you catch that Buddy Sour horse, they get fed and their other friends don't, they're going to let you catch them. But those are a couple of the options. It changes a little bit just because your hotter horses aren't bred the exact same way as your colder horses. And they're not just running after a cookie, so you have to be a little bit more creative.
All right, one of these, and then we're going to do our big giveaway.
We're doing a big giveaway. More than free membership?
Yeah, more than free membership.
More?
Yes. Answer the question.
Okay.
Look.
Miss Linda, I have been struggling with a backup. Love refreshing with backup videos. Now putting it to the practice.
Oh, look. Cookie Monsters.
What do you know about showing Rockies? I want to put Clover in some Rocky shows. What are they looking for? Well, lift like in Tennessee walking horses. You need to talk to one of my students. One of my graduates, Miss Taylor, is from that industry, and she is a professional Rocky Mountain trainer. I will not comment on it because I have never been to a Rocky show. I've trained more Rockies than I can count, but I've never been to a show and never been competitive with them. So I am not exactly sure what they're looking for.
Oh, God.
It's amazing from gaited breed to gaited breed how different we could look for something. I got called to do the Mike and Tito show at the celebration at the Tennessee Walker World Championships. I've been a gaited trainer my whole life. I had no idea who was supposed to win in those classes. I mean, I had the general consensus of, this is top 3 or top 4, but that was about the best I could do. And it just goes to show, if you're not in that, doing it day in and day out, and if you weren't raised in that and know what you're looking for, you could be off for sure.
Okay, now we are through our questions. We have
giveaway time.
56 people on here. Okay, cool. Okay, so what I'm giving away.
What are you giving away?
Do not email us yet. Wait, do not email us yet.
Oh, a special word? I got one.
Not yet.
Oh.
Put it in your head and make sure it's not one that you've already used.
Oh.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Make it go through your head. Think of the things that you haven't used yet. Wait for the special word. Okay. So the very first person that emails me with the secret code is going to get a free retreat. Okay. Woohoo. Free retreat.
What? We're giving a free retreat out right now.
Okay. The first 7 people that come through that are not already members of Team MG are also going to be our secret volunteers to help us with our horse help course, which is the Respect series that we're rebranding. You're learning all this for the first time because you are. You're like, ooh, okay.
Exciting.
Right? So there is a benefit, but you have to be watching with us live. People are leaving us. Don't leave us. You don't know the secret code. No, I'm not cute today. I'm not cute ever. Hi, there's a bun. Hi. All right, cool. People are leaving us. They don't know what the code is yet. Right. Better come back. They're gonna miss the code.
Well, come on.
Look.
Okay,
right.
Well, come on.
That's not up to me. What's the code that's in your head?
What?
This is just like so. Wait. So, in the virtual clinics, it's the same thing. You have to watch till the end live. You can't skip forward to the end to know what the secret code is going to be. Now we're just building suspense, and all of you guys are getting your emails ready because you're super fast. You didn't know this was going to happen. The email's on the screen right there. GasconHorsemanship@gmail.com. Okay. And this is how we're doing it for the virtual clinic. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Khaki koala.
You already did khaki koala.
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
Khaki koala.
You have to spell it correctly. This is Michael. He's just pick a color and pick an animal. A color and an animal. It's not that hard. Yellow turtle. Blue zebra. Like
khaki koala.
Khaki koala. The first person to email me khaki koala, the first 7 that are not Team MG members, I'm going to steal you as volunteers for our program. It will be worth your while, and the emails are coming in. Let's see who our first person.
Who's our first winner of the day? What?
First person. Oh gosh, they're so fast. Khaki Koala, Teela Donson. She had a couple of the questions on here today.
Miss Teela. Congratulations, Miss Teela.
Hey, she even spelled
Teela
khaki.
the Sheila.
She spelled Khaki Koala correctly. So I will be sending you an email back, so that way we can get you set up for your free retreat. Again, if you want another chance to win a free retreat, you're going to come on to the virtual clinic on YouTube. We put the link in the comments here.
Check those
It's
out.
also on our Facebook page. Make sure that you're subscribed. Holy emails. Okay, and then I will go through my first 7 that are not members already, because I'm taking a couple different groups of volunteers for this. So, wow, holy cow. Shelby's going to be like, what in the world is a khaki koala? Emails are blowing up. Thank you guys. We have our winner again, Miss Teela Dawson. You are on.
Congratulations,
right
Miss
Teela.
Teela.
There she is. Awesome. Multitasking, and she stayed on the live.
We had an
at the
awesome
same
time with you guys. Hey, tell your friends. If you have a friend that has a problem horse, tell them. Hey, you need this and you have no excuse. It's for free. $3.99. Here you go. Guys, we will see you all next week on Horse Talk Live. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time.
There we go.